Hey y'all. So I'm about to start a book that looks to be a joint effort by two authors that I've never read before. So the book is Vlad by Dukey and Webster. And this is book one in their V-Game series. And so I figured, since this is the first book I've read by these authors, let's do a read and react. Let's start with the blurb. The Vasily of name is a powerful one. We rule with an iron fist, and we do it well. Being the eldest, I am Father's best hope at keeping us at the top of the food chain. Everything I do has purpose. Everything I do has reason. Until her. I play my games thinking several moves ahead. Power, power, power. Until her. I am Vlad. Vile, vicious, villainous, Vasiliev. And I will win eventually. Okay, so that's kind of a good bit of information to take in from just the prologue and the first chapter. So Victor gets killed in the V games, more likely from a hit than the actual games themselves. And the games kind of sound like Roman Colosseum gladiator kind of thing. You don't really get a whole lot of details as to what goes on. And we also find out that Victor and Diana, who is a Volkov, were their parents, fathers, I should say, were in the process of arranging their marriage. And Irina has had a lifelong crush on Vlad. And then there's Vika, who is Vlad's sister, twin to Victor, is trying to play her own games that, according to Vlad, not going to work out well for her in the long run. Now, Diana and Irina are sisters, Diana being the oldest, and is apparently the prize pig of the two. So, Irina has been living in her sister's shadow all of her life. Now, I don't see anything wrong with partaking of adult beverages at a funeral. But maybe sitting in a pew while the eulogy is going on is not the best time. Holy fucking shit already, y'all. What the hell? And the why of it is total fucking bullshit. That is fucked up. Vika is fucked up. Karma. And that is like the saddest nickname I have ever heard. But I guess it fits. But it's still sad. Okay, so apparently Diana and Irina are both intelligent. You know, they both, their fathers trained them in the business world. So they're dealing with an employee right now. And while Diana is taking the lead, you see immediately that Irina's got a bit more of the intellectual side of things. You know, she's very good at reading people. So I'm like, I'm hoping, I've got like this little bit of hope that the reason Vlad had lunch with Diana after the funeral and is now wanting to take her to dinner has more to do with Irina than Diana. Maybe, maybe, maybe. But also it's kind of a sad thing when sisters who, Irina and Diana appear to be somewhat close, but it's sad when they kind of let a man come between them, even if they're not doing it intentionally. Yeah. Okay, so we get a little flashback from Vlad's perspective. He's like 18, 19 maybe. And while even at that age, he can see the benefits of marrying Diana, he's still intrigued by Irina. And actually has a bit of a protective moment for her. Okay, so apparently Vlad's father has given him the order to go ahead and start courting Diana. Really? This is not going to go well. This is not going to go well at all. Okay, so Vlad and Diana go to dinner. And it's, business casual, I guess you'd say. I mean, they both know that, they're fixing to, they're engaged. And, he officially puts the ring on her finger. Well, Vika is also in this restaurant with Ruslan, who is not who she wanted to marry, by the way. And she sees Vlad and Diana together, and she is freaking fuming. But also, during this same dinner, someone makes an attempt on Diana's life. And while Vika didn't have anything to do with it this time, I think she's going to start plotting. I've got a feeling, it's just a feeling, theory if you will, that more than Vlad just setting her aside, Diana's probably going to get killed. And I say that because even though Vlad has made mention of how Irina has affected him over the years, that he knows what his duty is. He knows that this marriage is more like a business contract instead of following his heart and his desires. So I don't think that he's just going to set Diana aside to be with Irina. I think Diana will have to be physically removed from the equation in order for him to do what he wants to do. So, just to kind of, validate what I'm kind of thinking right now, he says right here, desire doesn't rule my actions and control is second nature to me. Irina is not mine. I can't have her, so I'll have the next best thing. So that, to me, is basically like, while Irina's nickname is Shadow. She's always been in her sister's shadow. She's always felt like she's never been noticed by anybody, but Vlad has been noticing her. But he can't have her. Come on! Okay, so Vlad and Diana get back to her home. They're in her office. There's guards in there. Her father's in there. Irina wakes up. She puts on her nightgown. Her robe over her nightgown. And she goes down to see what's going on. And this is when she realizes that it's happening. She notices that Diana has Vlad's jacket on over her evening gown. She notices the ring. And she is just like heartbroken. So Vlad steps over to the bar. Irina kind of goes over that way. She pours herself a shot. And, she's because she's in her nightgown, her physical reaction to him is kind of starting to show. And Vlad's not liking it. And he's telling her, hey, people are looking at you. I won't have you running around looking like this in front of hungry men. And she says, no one looks at me, Vlad. I'm a shadow. He says, when you're staring at the sun, you can't see a shadow. And she asks him, what does that even mean? And he says, now run. A word I can't pronounce. Basically, he tells her, now run, my son, go. Y'all. Sans moyo. 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 I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And I'm gonna get it because whenever Vlad says it, I don't need it to be all jacked up in my head. I don't need it to be all, it's bad enough I got such an accent, but I need to be able to hear it in my head, not just see the letters on the page. So let me read y'all a little bit from the beginning of chapter 6, which is from Vlad's perspective. I've never struggled to keep my guard up before, to keep my indifference forced on my features. She can't know she affects me in any way. No one can know. Diana especially can't know I desire her sister in ways I may never desire her. It would only cause strife. She can't know that, to me, she's the shadow. And although she's my match, her little sister will always hold something I will never give to her or any other. Sans moyo, how brightly you shine. So it's a little disheartening when the guy, they have all these responsibilities that they have to keep, in these families, which means a lot of times they feel like they can't have what they want because of what they need to do. And it's in those times whenever they get to thinking, hey, I could have Irina. I could, but then just like that, the switch is flipped and he's back to being, in control, wanting to be the master of the game. Dagnabbit. Well, my, someone has been a naughty little girl. And see, just before I read this little bit about, Diana talking about how she was using Irina's office to sleep in when she works late, and that, it's a bed in there way bigger than what you would really need. I had just had a thought because she was just talking to Anton and they both looked a little stressed out. And I was like, ooh, wonder if something's going on there. And then I was like, nah, not them two. Maybe somebody else, but not them two. Is it? Is it? Okay, so now Diana and Irina have just had a bomb dropped on them. Turns out that their father has a bastard son who appears to be the one that's going to be taking over Daddy's businesses. After all the years of training that the girls have put in. So it's happening kind of timely. We won't say it's suspicious, but it is. So now they have just moved into Vlad's home. And it's got me kind of wondering now if this little Rada chick is going to be a problem. So this is kind of like a two opposite emotions for me. After a rather impressive display of knife work on Vlad's part, witnessed by Irina, he has decided that he will not be letting her marry anyone. Little Irina will die a pure, delicate virgin because I command it. Okay, so here's the two conflicting emotions. On, one of those being, I'm happy about that because I'm like, okay, he's starting to give in a little bit, even if he doesn't realize it. He's thinking, oh, he's just controlling the situation, but he's giving in a little bit. The opposite emotion from that is, dude, that's just not fair. That's not fair. You're planning on marrying her sister, but you gonna keep her from any kind of happiness that she might have away from you? That ain't right. Oh my God, y'all. These two are doing the nasty in Vlad's house, right under his nose. Little do they know, he's got cameras everywhere. Everywhere. And Irina has decided to go against something Vlad told her. Do not dress risque for this dinner. That sounds like a barely there dress. So, while Irina was getting ready for the dinner, she decided that she was going to see if she could meet someone that might could help distract her from her feelings for Vlad. Well, once they descended the staircase, her eyes kind of locked on somebody. So now she has sat through dinner and apparently became a little bored with conversations that were going on around her. And she might have partaken a wee bit much of the adult beverages. So now she and said fella have gotten up and left the table. And she has thrown herself into his arms. Now y'all know, situations like that, in books like these, does not work out well for anybody. This is not going to go well. And y'all, this just keeps getting worse. Now he wants to go to her bedroom. Dude, no. Vlad didn't kill the fella. Don't know yet if that's what he really wanted to do, but I think it was more because of who fella was than anything else. However, he was not so kind to Irina's dress. He cut it off of her with the same knife that he just killed somebody with earlier that day. And he's got her like pinned down to the bed, and he ends up, I wouldn't say making her or allowing her, because of the way he was on top of her. She orgasmed, due to some friction. And she's basically telling him, I don't belong to you. I belong to no one. I can see who I want to see. Diana said you agreed. Well, that just kind of set him off. And he tells her, your sister belongs to me, therefore you belong to me. You will see no one. And then when he gets up to leave the room, he tells her, you belong to me. Even if I never use you, you are mine. This is cruel and hot at the same time. I am both disgusted and turned on. I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. I'm just like, huh. I'm trying really hard to like Diana. I really, really am. But now it's not, my dislike of her isn't seated so much in the pain that Irina is going through. It's in the fact that she is sneaking around behind Vlad's back. He's no saint. I know this. I know this, y'all. I know this. But for a man in his position, for his fiance, even if it's arranged, to be sleeping with another man, unbeknownst to him, in his own house, is not good. Is not good. I've been saying that a lot while I've been reading this book. This is not good. This is going to end bad. Y'all, and I say that because she wants to go check on Urena, and Vlad tells her, I just checked on her. Yeah, you did. Just checked on her. She's sleeping. Leave her be. Finish the evening with me. Well, all of a sudden, she's so sleepy herself. Girl, you ain't sleepy. You damn horny. That's what your problem is. Okay, so while I have no doubt that Diana is sleeping with somebody, I thought I knew who it was. But Vika just said something that has me questioning that. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so now I'm so confused right now. Because Diana either just lied, which, on the wedding night is going, if the proof ain't there, uh-oh. But I don't know. I don't know, y'all. This makes no sense to me. And then it's even more weird when Vlad opens the door and somebody's standing there. And I mean, his excuse for being there is logical. I don't know what to think, y'all. Okay, so Irina had a dream when she was about 10 years old about a man coming into her room and getting in her bed. I have a strong feeling this was not a dream. And I've also got a feeling that somewhere along the way, this person is going to pop up again. She may not recognize him at first, but something is going to happen where it's all going to come back to her. Oh my God. And y'all, now I'm laughing because apparently that was her thoughts too. Because in the very next chapter, the first line is, "Oh my God." Same girl, same. And now this mysterious bracelet has shown up in the jewelry box that just so happens to match tonight's dress for dinner. So their father has totally cut them off. Are you fucking kidding me right now? How you gonna go to try to sort things out with what's going on with your father and come back with a hickey on your neck? let's take a minute. Let's take a minute. So, they are both, Vlad and Diana, they are both doing things that would be considered cheating in a normal relationship. However, theirs is not a normal relationship. It is an arranged marriage. Do they like each other? Yes. Do they care about each other? Sure. The kicker of it is, though, that Vlad is under the impression that Diana is coming to him untouched. He even point blank asked her, "Are you a virgin?" She said yes. She lied. Now, it is also obvious that she has been doing the nasty in his house, under his nose. Then she goes to meet with her father to see why she can't get in, on the business accounts and such. And she comes home with a hickey. Girl, you playing with fire. You are playing with fire. Will this give him a reason to null the arrangement? Maybe. That would actually play right into something good for him. Uh-oh. And it turns out it's exactly who I thought it was. And now Urena feels like she has to help Diana to keep Vlad from finding out. Which, if Vlad finds out that Urena knew, it might not play in her favor. Just the fact that Vlad's father, Yuri, is even talking to Urena, I feel a little sick to my stomach. See, she had forgotten, or she couldn't remember what happened that night she got drunk at that dinner. And then it just all came back to her out of nowhere. Yeah, girl, you did that. You did that. Y'all. Okay, so Vlad has done some twisted things to Urena. But his father, that man, just reeks of evil. This man is demented, twisted, fucked up in the head. Oh, don't let him do something. Please don't let him do anything to her. Okay, so Urena thinks Diana's been sleeping with Ben. And while that does kind of, check off a couple of boxes, I don't think it's Ben. I'm like 99.9% sure it's somebody else. This has become a very interesting dinner. A little footsie under the table. Oh my God. Whoa. Oh. Oh my God, y'all. My eyes are watering. Woo! So, after their little sexcapade in the library, Vlad kind of felt himself opening up to her more. Although, in his mind, if he continues to do anything with Urena, it's going to have to be in secret. He's still planning on marrying Diana. Well, Urena feels like she accomplished her goal, which was to distract Vlad from all the flirting that was going on between Diana and Vin at dinner. I mean, not smart, people. But here's the thing. Now that Vlad is kind of opening himself up to Urena, if he gets the impression that she used him, it's going to break his heart. And he is going to, take it out on her. Yeah. So, Daddy Dearest Yuri has just walked into Vlad's office. This can't be good. It can't be good at all. He just sent Diana away. She was pushing him about Victor and touchy subject. So he's already on edge from that. And then Yuri walks in and what just happened? So one minute, Daddy Dearest is talking about how Diana is probably not a good match for Vlad, that Urena would have been a better match. Then he's talking about marrying Urena off to somebody else. Then he's talking about letting her be in the games. Dude, how many trains you got running up here? So, when Diana asked you to feed her sister, I'm not quite sure that's what she meant. I don't think that's what she meant. My face is red. I can see it. Oh my God. Oh. Meetings. They're having a lot of meetings. Y'all, how are we going to make this work where everybody's happy? I mean, come on. Okay, and now we got... What is it with all these creepsters? So now... Stefan is just... a little more forward than we would like. Okay, wait just a damn minute. I'm gonna have to back up read this shit again. So I'm still not sure if I understand what I read, and I read it like 3 times. So, Stefan seemed to think that he saw something, but he's not. He don't seem to be all right in the head, or at least not when he's talking to Urena anyway. He seemed to think he saw something. Somebody standing over Urena while she was sleeping in her room, which had to have been recently for Stefan to be having this dream. And who he said it was. Oh my God. Oh Lord, and the cat is out of the bag. And it's all on film. Okay, and now there's the... So apparently Stefan wasn't wrong about what he saw. That too is on film. But when Urena sees it, the dream hits her full force that she had blocked out who it was that had touched her. Oh, Anton, you shady bastard. So it's like, oh my gosh, all hell has broken loose. So after Vlad basically gutted and hung Anton from the stair railing, you know, somehow or another in the scuffle between Vlad and Vin, Urena gets knocked down the stairs. She's not hurt, thankfully, but Voss ends up scooping her up and gets her out. Then somehow or another, Ben leaves. And I guess during all this time, Diana's packing her bags. Well, then Vlad ends up delivering Diana to Ben and his family, basically telling them, hey, get her ready for the games. She's going in. Whew! This man done come to get his with a freaking machine gun, and you gonna stand there and tell him no? What? Okay, so not a happily ever after for everyone. Wow. Okay, so Vlad and Urena, happily ever after for them. Yay! But something's going on with Diana. She's about to go into the games, and she is going after Yegor Petrov, who is Ben's father. Now, Yegor is, I'm assuming, already been through this, too old to do it. Ben's already been through it. That leaves Ruslan. So, unless they put, somebody else in for their family. So this is going to have something to do with whatever bond came about between Vin and Diana after Vlad delivered her to them. They've always been friends, but something happened. Something happened while she was staying with them. And she has got it out. She's got it out for Yegor. That's pretty freaking obvious.